Hey guys, it's me Dave and welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars review. Today we have the final 25th anniversary set, which is the Imperial Dropship versus Rebel Scout Speeder. The set number is going to be 40755. It's going to have 383 pieces. It should retail between $40 to $45 is what the rumors are saying. I don't have final pricing as I'm making this review right now. Fingers crossed it's $40, but you can use the link down in the description to lego.com. It's affiliated and helps out the channel to check and see what the final pricing is. So with that said, let's just talk about how nostalgic this set is. For those of you who don't know, this is basically a remake of two iconic LEGO Star Wars battle packs dating back to 2008 when I first got into the hobby and started this YouTube channel with the Rebel Scout Speeder battle pack and the Imperial Dropship battle pack. So I'll put those on screen. You can see they're very similar. But the Imperial Dropship has been remade before. This is actually now the third iteration of this design, and it was remade back for the 20th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars, and that was more of an actual copy, new updated version of the Dropship. This is a different style, a different take to an Imperial Dropship. Same goes with the Rebel Scout Speeder. It doesn't look exactly like the battle pack we got in '08, and I think that's fine. I like the artistic expression the designer used here. Like, I'm feeling this set. It's cool. It's still nostalgic enough for me to be like, oh, back in the day we had this and that, but it's also new enough where new fans can jump into this and also really enjoy this. Now, as much as I'm gushing over this set, it's not all good news. Unlike those original 2008 battle packs, you're getting one less minifigure on either side, so one less Rebel Scout Trooper, and in this case, we're also not getting a Shadow Stormtrooper. But what you are getting is this 7th and final 25th anniversary minifigure, which is a QTKT pink astromech droid. Why this figure wasn't included in the 25th anniversary droid builder set, I don't know, but it's frustrating. The QTKT minifigure is a little bit of an outlier for me. It's very niche. If you know the backstory, it's pretty cool actually, but not a lot of fans know about that, and so I think a lot of people will be confused about the pink astromech droid. Maybe not, we'll see. So like last year's holiday Millennium Falcon diorama set, this is only going to be on shelves for a limited specific window. So you have till October to December to pick this one up. Come December 31st or really January 1st, this set, if it isn't already sold out, will probably go on sale for a hefty amount like the Millennium Falcon diorama did last year. And so this makes this set even more unique. It's limited edition, only going to be available for about 3 months this year. And personally, I like this concept. I'm glad LEGO is continuing this. I'm surprised it's not another diorama, that it's actually a very interesting throwback set. On the back of the box, you can see there's plenty of play features to go through. And so with that said, I do want to thank LEGO for sending this set over for a review. Let's see if it's worth that $40, $45 here in the in-depth. So starting things out, we have a sticker sheet, of course. It's not too bad in this set. Obviously, I would love for these to be printed pieces, and they would actually be pretty useful printed pieces, but nonetheless, it's not terrible. Moving on to the set, I gotta say, I am very impressed with this one, especially with one particular build, but more on that in a minute. Like always, let's start off with the minifigures. This is basically a 2-in-1 battle pack. So we have 3 normal stormtroopers here with the new body style. We have 3 different head types, 1 male and 2 female that are underneath the helmet. And then next we have 3 rebel troopers, 2 male and 1 female, all of which have unique faces, some of which we have seen before in the boarding of Tantive 4, some of which are brand new. The torso design is fairly new. It came out in the Yavin 4 set from last year, so I like to see this now in a quote-unquote battle pack style that you can army build these guys. And finally, we have QTKT, the 7th and final 25th anniversary minifigure. And then, of course, we have the 25th anniversary stand that all these minifigures have been coming with throughout 2024. And then as for the QTKT minifigure, well, this astromech droid is quite nice looking, though it's not double-sided printed, so that's a little unfortunate, especially when you consider the exclusivity factor. So what do all 7 25th anniversary minifigures look like? Well, here they are from the beginning of this year now to the end. Here's the full collection. This will cost you a lot of money to get all of these figures if you're buying the sets, but it does look super cool. What a great lineup of really interesting minifigures for the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars.
Now moving back to the set, obviously this is basically a 2-in-1 battle pack, so you have to have some battles, am I right? So we have the Rebel Troopers versus the Stormtroopers. I mean, this is definitely the highlight of the set, having this many minifigures that you can have go against each other. Now as for the set, first off we have the Imperial Dropship here. This is the third iteration or design change from the original, and I gotta say I like what LEGO has done here. It's not my favorite. I still think the 20th anniversary Dropship is personally the best of the best, but this new design, this more sleek looking Imperial Dropship is really cool, though the one downside is you can only fit 2 Stormtroopers here on the back area instead of 3 like the prior versions. There's also some clips there for your blasters, and then you can also keep them on your Stormtrooper and just use one of them to store the blaster, so that way it doesn't interfere with the Stormtrooper that goes in the cockpit area, which does have a printed control panel. Nothing crazy here, just barely fits within this area, but it does work and it does look really nice. And of course, it wouldn't be a battle pack without some stud launchers. Next up, we have the Rebel Scout Speeder. And I'm just going to say this right here, right now, this thing is perfect. I love this design. It looks so good in person. I was not expecting that I would fall in love with this design. I thought it looked cool in the box, but in person, well, this is just a lot of fun. Behind the windshield, you'll find a little printed control panel like the Imperial Dropship. And then on the back here is one of my favorite little tiny designs, which is using these quarter dome pieces and basically making little engines out of it. It's such a simple technique, but looks so good. Like the original Scout Speeder, you can also detach the turret, so that's a fun little, throwback playability feature. And then you can honestly use either or separately, which is cool. They look great on their own, and of course they look even better together. When I picked this speeder up with all the troops loaded up, it was just an absolute throwback for me. It just felt like I was back in 2008 with those original battle packs. And speaking of which, let's take a look at that Imperial Dropship from '08 versus this newest one and see, well, what 16 years and design differences there are between the two. And you can see it's quite a noticeable contrast between the designs here. Unfortunately, I couldn't locate the original 2008 Scout Speeder in my collection. It's hiding somewhere, but taking a look at some newer LEGO Star Wars sets, first of which is the Bark Speeder Escape, which I think is a nice comparison, though there's a $10 difference between the two sets. And then finally, we have the Clone Trooper versus Battle Droid Battle Pack against the Imperial Dropship versus Rebel Scout Speeder Battle Pack, even though it's not technically a battle pack, but it is in my eyes. While if we're talking minifigures alone, obviously the Clone Trooper Battle Pack is the better deal, but in terms of builds, I'd have to say the Imperial Dropship versus Scout Speeder is the superior set. They were so much fun to play with.
It also just dawned on me that this is the cheapest LEGO Star Wars 25th anniversary set that comes with an exclusive minifigure at $45. Assuming it's $40, I think this is a solid deal. When you compare this to Boarding on Tantive 4, it has the exact same minifigure count. I think I prefer the minifigure lineup in that set, especially for the fact that you're getting the ARC Trooper 5's figure, you're getting Darth Vader, you're getting Antilles. Those are really cool and sought after figures. Not as much happening here with the Dropship versus Speeder. The QT Casey minifigure, it's neat. It's not my favorite at all out of the 25th anniversary minifigures, but I think it is an interesting figure nonetheless. As for the builds here, the Imperial Dropship, it's cool. I like it. I think the 20th anniversary one is the superior build out of this specific style of dropship. But as for this Rebel Speeder, this is fantastic. I don't know why, but I am falling in love with this little build. It is literally perfect. I don't have any complaints about this set. It looks so good. I would, if I was building like a Tatooine mock, I would have this in Mos Eisley. This is something I would want to have at least 2 or 3 of, just to have a little battle happening. It's just something about this, the way it looks. It's something you have to experience in person. It's so fun to play with. I was already the little kid in me was just like, oh my God. I was having so much fun with this little thing. The dropship is cool. It definitely is cool. It's a nice thing to, battle against the two sets, but this is the superior build out of this set. I definitely didn't expect how much I would like the Rebel Scout Speeder. What an improvement over the original. I think this is obviously superior in every way. That being said, I think, obviously 7 minifigures, $45, that's all very reasonable in my book. This is a limited edition set. It goes on sale October 3rd. It will be sold all the way up until the very end of 2024. And then by the end of the year, it'll all be sold out. And so with that in mind, should you pick up this set? Absolutely. Now, if for some reason you've been holding out here in 2024, haven't been buying too many Lego Star Wars sets or Lego sets in general, I think this is a perfect entry point to fans. Maybe you're just getting into Lego Star Wars again or for the first time. Kids will love this. Adults will feel the nostalgia. It's a good value overall. No complaints here. I think this is actually a fantastic concept that I hope to see again in 2025. This is the second kind of nostalgic throwback set that we got. Obviously, we had the Droid Troop Carrier for May the 4th this year. This was a remake of a set from the early 2000s that was basically a refresh of a design that new fans will enjoy and that old fans will feel the nostalgic vibes from. And that's the exact same kind of concept that's happening here with the Imperial Dropship versus Scout Speeder. So this comes highly recommended from me, even at full retail price. I am in love with this little set. It's what Lego Star Wars should feel like, and I want to see a clone kind of version of this sometime soon. And speaking of that, where are the Phase 1 clone troopers? I'm kind of getting a little tired of Phase 2 clone troopers. Hopefully next year we'll see Phase 1 make a return. It's been a little bit too long since we've seen those guys on store shelves. Well, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. You're going to be picking up this set. Thanks again to LEGO for sending this over for a review. Hope you guys have a great, wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.